we're seeing significant increases in energy demand, principally driven by AI, the need for electricity for data centers, and the electrification within our economy, the growth in domestic manufacturing. All of these factors mean more electricity demand. We did a study that showed over the next 15 years, we could have up to 50% of increased demand for electricity. That's after 25 years of essentially flat electricity demand. So that's the challenge we face. The opportunity is that we have this abundance of resources at our disposal, not just the traditional forms of energy that folks are used to, but newer forms, cleaner forms, renewables like wind, solar, battery storage. Those forms of energy actually made up 93% of the new capacity built in the last year. They're going to continue to be the principal fuel for choice in the electricity market for years to come. We're confident that we can meet this challenge with the deployment of clean power. We often talk about an all-of-the-above approach to energy policy, and that means relying on some of those traditional sources of energy, but also making sure that we're incentivizing the acceleration of the development of clean energy, of wind, solar, and battery storage. These resources are not in conflict. They actually complement one another to ensure grid reliability, to ensure cost effectiveness for electricity, to also ensure that we're growing our economy and driving job creation. Clean power has been at the forefront of that, not just in the jobs created within the energy space, but also in the component parts that go into the clean energy transition. You think about the last 2 years, we've had announced manufacturing facilities domestically totaling 186 facilities. That's huge. That means we're not just growing our energy base, we're growing our jobs base, we're growing our economy, and we're bringing manufacturing back here to the United States. We saw a 33% increase in renewable deployment from 24 to 23. That means a record deployment of solar, record battery storage year. We saw tremendous gains. I mean, just to put this into perspective, it took 40 plus years to get us to 200 gigawatts. We added an additional 100 gigawatt in 3 years. That means we now have enough clean energy in the system to power 75 million homes. What that means out into the future, we've studied the potential growth in clean energy over the next decade. We believe that could mean $2 trillion into the U.S. economy, the doubling of clean energy jobs in the U.S. economy. All really a positive story, and exactly at the right time given the demand study that we did, and that told us that in the next 15 years, we may see a 50% increase in our electricity demand. The impact for local communities of this doubling in clean energy jobs over the next 10 years, well, if you look at the last several years, the vast majority of this, we've had over $500 billion in clean energy investment. The vast majority, over nearly 80% of that, came from states and districts that are represented by Republicans in Congress that supported President Trump in his election. And so when we step back from that, we say, this isn't a partisan issue or an ideological issue. This is about American energy and the impacts that it has not just in Democratic districts or Republican districts, but across our country. The clean power industry is driving economic growth. It's creating jobs across our economy and across sectors. It's bringing manufacturing back into the United States. And foundationally, it's important. All of these data points are great, but at the end of the day, what people really are concerned about is, will they have affordable, reliable, abundant energy that they can rely on to drive their everyday lives, to power their homes and transportation, to be able to go to work and to take vacation and not worry about whether the lights are going to come on? On that score, the clean power industry is providing that sense of relief and that cost effectiveness to the American people. We just need to keep that momentum going. For more information, please visit our website at cleanpower.org.